Alright, so after my last video, wanted to make sure that I came back and was talking about what I have seen, and also going to try to make this a bit more rapid fire. Definitely going to make this a 10-minute or under video. That is a promise right now. So this is everything that I have watched from September through the end of November, and we'll get right into it. So, starting off, I watched The Watchers, and with The Watchers, this is from the director Shyamalan. Not M. Night. No, it's his daughter's directorial debut, and it stars Dakota Fanning. So nice return to see Dakota Fanning in this one. She gets lost in the woods, teams up with some people that are all in on some weird, creepy theme going on, and that's about as much as I want to say. In terms of where this movie goes with a PG-13 horror thriller suspense kind of movie, I was happy to see how much historic fableness comes out of it instead of just your typical, just very supernatural, there's a spirit, a demon out for revenge kind of thing. So at least it added that element to it. It was nice to see Dakota Fanning do something again. But it was pretty by the books overall though. 5 out of 10. One of the most bizarre movies that I watched was Horizon, An American Saga, Chapter 1. Bizarre not from the movie itself, just the way that it was marketed by Kevin Costner, who was so in on, I'm going to create this spectacle, no one has seen anything like it before, we're going to release it in theaters. Why? This should have been a limited series. It's got just this crazy long script. I think there's supposed to be 4 parts. They've now delayed the second part. I think it's supposed to come out by the end of the year. Something like that. We'll see if it actually happens. It's also looking like it's costing a lot of money, so who knows if we'll even see this story finished. In terms of what it is, it's just an epic saga that wants to be. It follows like 5 storylines, none of which come to any meaningful conclusion at all because it's setting up the extra chapters later on. So it's 3 hours that doesn't divvy things up in meaningful ways like a limited series does. I can't judge too much, to be honest, because after halfway through of this 3-hour long movie and you feel that 3-hour length, I lost interest. So I couldn't really say too much. But yeah, it kind of lost me. 5 out of 10. Where things pick up way more is with The Wild Robot. Oh, fell in love with this movie. I'm so happy to see that animation studios have really embraced the Spider-Verse-ness of, hey, let's be interesting with our animation style, and boy is it gorgeous. It's very funny, particularly in the first half, poignant with its familial storytelling for the most part. And overall, it's just a great time with a hiccup here or two that I could complain about, but this is now my front runner for Best Animated Film of the Year. Yes, even past Inside Out 2 now at this point. Awesome movie, everyone should go watch it, 9 out of 10. Probably the one that I go back and forth on the most is We Live in Time. It's the drama romance story with Andrew Garfield and Florence Pugh that made some headways because of the horse head from the merry-go-round. I was keeping my eye out for it the entire film. It's a serious moment, and you see the goofy horse face for like a total of a second. It's still pretty funny though. The movie's not funny. It's a very serious movie. And in terms of your romance story, pretty by the numbers overall, with 2 interesting things. The We Live in Time aspect details different steps of the romantic journey, so different timelines, and it edits between them, and it helps. I wouldn't say it's like fantastic, but it definitely helps the story because of it. And what really elevates things is the fact that Andrew Garfield and Florence Pugh have fantastic chemistry together, and the balance of their characters is really great to see. You focus more on Garfield in the first half, and then it's more of a focus of Pugh in the second half. I thought that worked really well, and it's just a well-made movie overall. So with that, I'm giving it a 7.5 out of 10. Just before Halloween, I went and watched Smile 2. Smile 2 uses some of the best jump scares I have seen in a while. There's some really good, genuine thrills that happen. Some good just filmmaking, actually, that they use. And I'm so happy to see Naomi Scott overall just flourish in this starring role. I think the conceit of this movie is fantastic. Taking the Smile Demon theme from the first movie and saying, hey, we're going to center this all around a pop star that has a tarnished reputation and trying to rebuild back that faith and acceptance from the fan base by going on tour. And now she's seeing a demon that no one else can see. It works really, really well. And that was my mindset for almost all of the movie. And then it does the horror movie thing where it kind of switches things up near the end of the movie. I'm not going to say more, but it's a classic kind of horror movie thing to do that is always frustrating, and I have back and forth feelings on what it does. So mixed feelings by the end of it, but there's also a lot of really good stuff that happened too. And it's better than the original as well. 7 out of 10. I also watched the actual Shyamalan movie, which is called Trap. Stars Josh Hartnett, and it's all about trying to catch a psychopath at a concert. And it's really just all the ways that the psychopath slowly evades. What's supposed to be the most interesting part of this is that Shyamalan used his daughter. To be honest, I don't know if it might be a different one than the Watcher's director. She's a very good pop star, and she's a very good singer, whoever this Shyamalan daughter is. But she's the main pop star that is singing through the concert, and their idea was the songs that I'm singing thematically are going to match with what is going on in the movie at the same time. And I do think that's a cool idea. I totally forgot about that while I was watching it, though. It was not what I was focusing on, and didn't make an impact on me. This is not a typical Shyamalan movie. It does not have the Shyamalan-ness that you're going to expect. Maybe I need to go back and maybe I'll get more meaning by paying closer attention to the lyrics of all the songs going on. It was an kind of movie. 5 out of 10. I think the movie I tried to forget about was Megalopolis. Francis Ford Coppola, Adam Driver with the most bizarre haircut, and just so many other people like Shia LaBeouf. It is the strangest movie I've seen, and it was truly bad. It was such a bad movie. I hated it. I did not like it at all. I'm trying to forget about it, to be honest with you. There could be a breakdown of it in some point in the future, because I want to just throw it apart scene by scene. It bewilders me just why it was made, what the point of it was, what I even watched. I'm going to say 3.5 out of 10. Don't watch it. Don't watch Megalopolis, okay? And last one for this one, went and watched Conclave, which stars Ray Fiennes. I think I'm pronouncing that correctly. I have no idea. But he stars as a cardinal trying to figure out who the next pope should be. And it's they gather in the conclave and they can't leave until they decide on the next pope. And it uses absolute classic storytelling methods. The best way to describe this movie is a combination of 12 Angry Men and All the President's Men. I would also throw in A Few Good Men, but that's also a lie. It's not like that movie at all. It definitely uses the classic storytelling elements of what characters are relevant at what point, some twists and turns that happen to keep everything engaging. The sound design also really helps build this up as well. So with the combination of Ray Fiennes and the entire ensemble cast, with a combination of the sound design and a really great story that I do expect to be nominated for an Oscar, And where you might also find something is like costume design, production design, even possibly cinematography. There's some beautiful shots that make exquisite use of saying we have practical elements. We've got lots of extras, and it's one of the best use cases of focal points, of where should your eye be directed based on all the lines and based on just how things are framed. It does that so well. So it's a really well-made movie overall, and to me it needs all of these elements because it's a well-crafted story, but it needs everything to pull it all together to stay entertaining, and it is. Everything is pulled off well, and that's about as far as your opinions will probably go about it. So solid movie overall. I would give it a 7 out of 10. I'm also going to say, lastly, a quick shout out to The Penguin on Max. You can stream the entire series now. Colin Farrell plus Kristen Milioti absolutely steal the show. It is transformative. What Matt Reeves created with the Batman was the perfect way to say, I want to create a Sopranos-like show in Gotham. It's exactly what it is, and I thought it was phenomenal. It's one of my favorite shows I've watched in recent years. I absolutely loved it. Would definitely give it a shout-out recommendation. We'll see what happens next. I got a few ideas. I'll try to make sure that I'm pulling other stuff out when I get to it. But that's what I've been watching. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Let me know if there's something that I should have been watching, something I should have mentioned, as well as if there's anything from my list that you would like a deeper dive on, especially like something like The Wild Robot, or do I need to watch the 3 hours of Horizon again and give it more thoughts? You let me know. Otherwise, that's going to be it for me. See ya.